I think we're good to go now. So, hello again, everyone. Welcome to New Horizons Race League Division 1, round 8 of the championship. We're in Canada, alongside me, Game of Things. I hope you're having a pretty nice Easter bank holiday weekend. What do we think of Montreal?
I'm not. Oh, hello, I know I wasn't here for that last race, but as for Canada, it's a fun circuit. Considering that it's technically a street circuit, it clearly doesn't feel like it, to be honest. As for Canada itself, it gives us some very good racing. I mean, we all know that famous Johnson and Button win that one year, and we have kind of similar conditions going on here.
Yeah, as I said, interesting conditions back in 2011 for good old Jensen, but conditions here today, light rain and quali, and for the race, unlike Division 2 last night, I'm not expecting any dry weather whatsoever. It's going to be fully wet, going to be light rain for the most of the race, and then toward the end of it, maybe the final 12-15 laps, let's say, as some of the heavy rain is going to start coming in, so... yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting one. I don't think the guys are going to have it as quite easily cut out as they have done in the past. There's Cam already setting a time of the 117.5, goes pole position.
That's easy.
Who's going to be the next car? Is it an Alpine or is it a Williams?
There's an Alpine.
Dan. P2, 118.8, already quite a gap forming between the top. Between the top tier and then the midfield, and then you get into Bradley. Bless him.
The great thing about rain, though, it can also act like a great leveler.
Yeah, I don't really say it's a great equaliser in terms of pace. It's definitely the equaliser in terms of patience, because, you know, in these sort of conditions, you try and push it a bit too far, you'll end up doing what I did last night and be in the Wall of Champions, let's say.
Well, we know the reason why it's very fun, and like you said, it is patience, because the fastest driver may not necessarily be the smartest.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say, who's to say come the race that, yeah, Cameron more than likely will get pole, but someone gets it wrong behind him, he could be facing the wrong way, so...
Either that, or very easily, he could slightly lose it on a very wet curb.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think any of the other top 3 in the championship are actually here tonight. We've got MDJ away on family commitments, Tamer, God knows where, I hope he's okay in captivity, wherever he is about these days, and... nice to have a word with DXS earlier. Give it about 3 weeks and then he should be back properly. He's just finishing off his uni exams. I think we all know, if you know with our GCSE exams, they're quite difficult, so I can't imagine what DXS will be going through with his university degree exams, but all the best for you, mate, and we'll more than happily welcome you back once you have the time to be available again.
I'm always waiting. But now, let's get into the action. And obviously, as you normally expect from, not only do you normally expect this from Canada, but even added more so with the wetness, there's a lot of invalidations going on.
Yeah, definitely something that should have been predicted from last night. Division 2 did not hold out very well in terms of the penalties. I don't think the race win was decided on them. The podium definitely was. It was Tigo Woolraven, who used to be known as Turbo Games. He took the win last night for Div 2. We had Mr. Chris Sane riding at P2, and then H. Collins, out of anyone, rounded out the top 3, as the rest of the field were doing a lot of that during the Grand Prix for Division 2 last night. But nice that Div 2 have actually got a little bit more experience, but different competition level altogether coming into Division 1, so it's going to be a game of who can keep it out of barriers and who doesn't spin at the hairpin. There weren't that many crashes, although the ones that did happen, there weren't many DNFs, let's say, but people binning it and losing the front wing. The safety car was quite sensitive. And I'll tell you what, in a race where it's very, I don't want to say dependent, but there's a very good chance of penalties, let's say, constant safety cars is not what you need.
Good point. I mean, to be fair, also, technically speaking, safety cars in a way also do help, because obviously, since it's wet, there's no obligation for you to pit. So if someone's ballsy enough to do a zero stop, fair play to you.
Yeah, I doubt we'd be having a no stop, since we are expected the rain to go into heavy rain, but even if it's like 25 laps on the intermediates, so be it. Why risk the track position?
Good point. Go all the way. I mean, you clearly don't have to. I mean, look at Albon in the last race.
I know, but I don't. Either way, Albon in Australia, he pulled an absolute blinder for that one. I'm struggling to see if anyone's actually on the final lap, because I don't want to miss anyone.
Well, Bradley just started one, which is the most slowest way to go around turn 2 I've ever seen.
Which one is that, Bradley?
Yeah.
I'm going to stick on board with Cameron for a bit, because he will more than likely improve on his time.
I was very set on that, so it looks like a Red Bull moving out of the way for McLaren.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, here's Mercedes. Who does improve? I feel like Cameron's gonna love today, because, like you said, unless there's some like people going wrong behind him in the first corner, or he makes a mistake, no offence to any other drivers, but it doesn't look like he might get a challenge today.
Yep, I think we're going to be getting one more driver in. I think Callum has just made himself available.
Well, so, come on then, man.
Yeah, should be having 14 if he can get in. I'm waiting for Reservoir to set time, but he keeps invalidating. Don't know what's going on down at Haas.
Easily done.
Yeah, I know it's easily done, but he's a champion somewhere. I think, you know, you shouldn't be a stranger to be driving around in the work.
Why is that?
Who else? Brossi. Oh, Brossi hitting the back. Oh, that's going to be a shame. He was up by a little bit on his time. Double check if there was any damage. Doubt it, but he might have knocked the front wing.
Yeah, the wing's clearly knocked, but it doesn't like it's gone.
Yeah, Rossi coming to the box.
If you want someone who does not have a wing, though, look at Bradley.
Bradley, where is he? Bradley, P9. So I don't have a front wing. He's in the top 10. It's what we like to see. Who's that in front? Fred. Oh, he's on an outlet. I might ride on board with her, Fred. Bradley, please don't. There's getting out of the way, then there's almost getting yourself DQ'd from qualifying. Chris, let's ride on board with Chris. Yeah, he had decent pace yesterday.
And this is validated black for the Haas.
I wish I could say get there eventually, but he was struggling at Baku a little last week as well.
Speaking of which, how was Baku anyway?
It was okay. Wasn't a terrible race, but it wasn't.
Did we
ideal.
Avoid the smash fest?
There were a few crashes. Nothing like amazingly spectacular or dramatic. The only thing that was dramatic was MDJ got held up deliberately, costing him P2.
Oh, that's dodgy.
Yeah,
Williams.
You know, that driver has been informed that he needs to, what's the word, re-educate himself almost.
A lot of invalidations.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed with Rezify. I'm quite excited to see what he can do once he actually gets the lap together.
But you know what? This is
Bomber
racing. It
gonna
happens.
continue. Right, I'm hoping Bomber's actually started another lap. He's got plenty of battery. We've got Callum in the sister Haas for today.
Question: am I one of the weirder people who prefers it to be wet?
No, because there are some tracks that I do enjoy racing around in the wet. I don't know about you, I love racing Zandvoort in the wet.
I hate that track in the dry, so I would not like it in the wet.
I love Zandvoort. Hungary is okay, but to me there are some tracks that shouldn't even be touched in the wet. Monza, Monaco, Silverstone, Spa. Just don't bother when those tracks are wet.
Hang on,
Go on, educate me, come on.
Rewind that. Did you just say in the sentence where there are some tracks and what you can't drive in the wet, and you said Spa, a track what's notorious for it?
When was the last time the Belgian Grand Prix was actually wet, apart from last year when Massey thought it was a good idea to go racing in monsoon season? No, Spa's actually been dry for quite a few years now.
It's at least been a dry race for the last 5 years.
Yeah, but in terms of the games though, it's just Spa, wet, no. Same as Spain, same as Monza, same as Silverstone, same as Monaco. Just don't bother. Even Japan's a bit of an arse in the wet, but keep control of those cars.
Even though, again, Japan and Britain are two places where you normally expect some rain at some point.
Wait, when was the last time we had a wet Silverstone Grand Prix?
I don't know, British weather's been weird.
Unless you enjoy like watching the cars fly off the track at Maggots and Beckett's. I'm trying to think like another track that we good for wet racing around. Hockenheim? I don't know, that's normally thrown up some decent ones in league racing and in real life too. Russia in the wet, not too bad. Normally can provide a bit of a show, but we're not going there anymore, so we'll have to just cope with it, I guess.
How about this track?
Kinda, it's okay, the racing's not bad, but I prefer Canada in the dry. I feel like, in terms of a racing perspective, this is my opinion for like all the other tracks, I prefer them to be dry because the racing is normally better. But if I wanted a bit of a mixed up result, would you say Canada is one that would throw him on? Yes, but I don't really see anyone who's going to be challenging Cameron here today, but maybe we could have a different line of podium finishes
I think someone's crashing the World Champions.
If that is, that would have been Fred. Yeah, Red Bull stricken. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's done a Magnussen from whenever it was. 2019?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it was in qualifying, he'd come out of the final chicane, he just binned it down the straight, and Grosjean was annoyed because he had to slow down for yellow flags. He was like, "Oh Kevin, what are you doing? You've ruined my lap." And Gunter just told him to shut up.
Oh, is that also the weekend where in the race it looked like Lando hit the Wall of Champions, but no, his tyre just disintegrated?
Yeah, it wasn't his tyre, it was his brakes overheated that much that it had melted the rear suspension.
What?
Yeah, that's what McLaren said. Other people might know that race better for when Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton had a cheeky almost coming together down at turn 3, and that was the first of the massive mistakes that we saw. Personally, was it very close? Yes. Do I think Seb should have been given a penalty? No. I don't think Seb had done any malice on that occasion.
I just like what Vettel did after the race with the position boards.
Yeah, he deserved to do that though.
It was funny and, to be honest, a bit childish and petty as McLaren spins.
Which one was that? I tell you, the midfield is quite close. I can't
And he now retires
really.
because
Well, who was that? Was that Chris who just went P3? Excellent job, man.
Well, your Razafy has got a thing on the board and he's up to 6, but he was up by 3 attempts, but he's nowadays.
Yeah, I'm going to stick on board with third for a little while. Currently P10. Hopefully want to be a little bit higher up. But he's not going to be if he keeps doing things like that. Hopefully the car is okay. Only marginally. I guess if you're still up on your time after hitting the wall, you're going to still go for it.
I know where I am.
I mean, even if he improves by a tenth, he'll jump 2 people. Yeah, that damage is hindering him though.
TV might be going into the 17s.
Wolford actually up 3 attempts, going to head on board with the Red Bull. He's going to get a little bit of slipstream here off the McLaren.
That would help. Don't invalidate here because it's real easy to do it. C5!
Oh!
No! Oh, no, he's not. No. He can't
dear.
save it.
Anyway, Bomb's coming through the final corner.
Yep. As he weaves through the traffic.
Does he go into the top 3? No, does improve,
Oh, look
yes.
at the time!
Oh my god. Yeah, Bomber and Chris, double check both of your times. I think that's qualifying over pretty much. Just gotta wait for Bradley to cross the line and Rossi to retire the car in the pit lane, which he has just done.
Seriously, can we just talk about 3rd and 4th there? But seriously, that's not the first time it's happened.
Now,
Oh my god.
Things like this do normally happen.
At the second time.
I know, man.
It's like that meme, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, can't really argue with that. Unless they're going to be sharing the same pit box. Let's have a look. Many invalidations. I'm not really that confident about penalties, let alone the guys probably going to be finishing the race today. Yeah, top 3 then. Pole position for championship leader Cameron Dowds in the Mercedes. Dan Nhrl, excellent job, front row start for the Alpine driver. And Div 2 podium finisher last night, Chris, P3 for Red Bull, even though him and Bomber may be sharing the same pit box. But at least they lock out. Well, no, they don't even lock out the second row. Do they? Yeah, second row.
Yeah, 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I think that's such a complicated thing to comprehend.
It's weird that it's happened twice though to us. I mean, as the people phone checks for their set-up strategy and you go through the formation, that I'll be doing what I need to do.
Yeah, it won't be too far-fetched for the guys under fueling the cars either. It is going to be a wet race, so they can run at least half a lap under, but with the quite a high chance for safety car and VSC is probably worth going maybe 2 laps under. It'll make your car a little bit lighter, it can go a little bit faster, so it just depends who's wanting to make the gamble. Come on, there we go. Alright, as they pull away. I say championship leader Cameron Dowds P1 in the Mercedes, Dan Nhrl P2, very impressive job dragging the Alpine on the front row. You've got TTV P3 in the Red Bull behind him, Bomber P4. Both these guys set the same time in qualifying. It's only a matter of time before we find out who's actually the quicker out of the pair of these two. Red were quite impressive dragging that Red Bull into P5. Hopefully he does not repeat last night and keeps it pointing in the right way today. I said P5 for the Red Bull driver, he is ahead of Razafy, hoping for a little bit of a better race from last week. But luckily Cameron is a little bit further in front of him, so should not be taken out by any means today. P6 for the Englishman. Rossi P7 in the McLaren ahead of Div 2 reserve Callum Davey P8 in the other Haas. H. Collins' podium position again last night, Div 2, P9 in the sister Alpine, who got fifth by gaming around that P10, filling in the Williams today. Bradley Ellis starts P11 in the Alpha Tauri, got Carps after a lengthy absence, P12 in the Alfa Romeo. Third by gaming, P13 in the McLaren. We have Ellie, P14 ran out final finishing position in the sister Williams, as she's just made contact with the Alpha Tauri. Why are they getting DQ'd for? Come on, guys.
I'm back.
Formation out, like most of them have been taken out.
Looks like it's P2 and literally in at the bottom 5.
Literally, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we've got 6 drivers not actually completing the formation. I've almost half the grid, so it's going to be eventful. The thing is, who's your money on for tonight? Maybe not for a win, but podium position.
Well, it could be a win if Cameron makes a mistake. But we shall wait and see, because they are all lined up. The things, the graphics are napping up, so that means the lights are started.
It's going to be our first wet race this season.
Here we go. 5 red lights.
That's not the way they go.
It's lights out, away we go. And Cameron gets an almighty start. If I get it wrong behind him, oh god.
Yeah,
that's
very
like
tight
minus
turn
touching.
2. No, nothing major. That's a pretty clean getaway from everyone. Reservoir up into P4. Wow, oh, he's already fighting with Bomber. Oh, Bomber's round. He's collecting on the Red Bulls.
Oh, there's going to be... Oh, there's a lot of contact.
I just got hit again by someone. Who's that coming through? That is Mr. Collins.
Diving in on Bomber. Hello there. Hello there. These 8 people who normally interact with each other.
Yeah, just waiting to see if Collins is going to realise what type of driver he's fighting against. Bomber is not going to give him an easy time, even if he has made a mistake. Got feared going off the track. Ellie left the session somehow. Hopefully she can get back in.
Meanwhile, that Red Bull collected Fred is at the back with Owen.
I'm trying to find out where the main fight is that we say. I think it's sort of between P7 and P9. I'm going to run board of Carps because, from what I recall, he is a quicker driver than Collins.
No offence to your former teammate.
I've got to say it how it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything.
Meanwhile, Fred with a penalty for speeding into the pit lane.
Oh, it's bird going quite deep. He touches the grass. You don't want to be seeing too much of that. I wonder if it's either a lack of practice or damage on the Alfa Romeo, because no reason that car should be going that slowly through turn 3. He's just understeering everywhere. Is he running a dry settle?
I don't know why you would do that, but here comes third.
No, unfortunately, like no DRS expected whatsoever in this race today, so it's got to be done the old-fashioned way, as they say. And third, mate, maybe look after your battery a bit.
Is it possible that today we couldn't see the biggest winning margin ever or something? Jesus Christ.
No, not a chance. Biggest winning margin in Nhrl history was, when was it? Season 5, Singapore, when Hakim lapped the field.
Did he lap the whole field?
Yes, he did.
He lapped everyone, including second place.
Yes. That is still somewhere on the Div 2 channel if anyone wants to go see that. As a race, I recall it being a little bit boring, but if you want to keep an eye on someone's driving talent, Hakim is definitely someone you should keep an eye on.
Oh, that explains I don't know. It was Division 2.
Yeah, it was at the point where Hakim had literally unlocked all of his potential pace and everyone. It was kind of mixed between his amazing pace and everyone making mistakes, but to have literally won by over a lap from everyone, that was hugely impressive.
Yeah, to be fair, there's been we've had some unexpected things in Singapore.
I know what the smallest winning margin is as well.
What?
It was the end of Division 2 from last season when they went to Abu Dhabi when Collins won the race, but even on pens, Fred could not capitalise on it and he ended up missing out by 4 thousandths of a second.
Oi! The only time I've ever seen them at margins and it being so close was, for example, here in Division 1, where, for example, in Portugal, it wasn't for the win, but they were so close together, the game decided, you know what, I'll put you the other way from how you actually cross the line. Which also, weirdly enough, happened twice.
Yeah, we've got some good memories over the years, although I think the more relevant levels of competition have been hosted since season 3.
Wait, what? Wait, hang on. For a moment, I thought that Haas and that car didn't have a driver in it, but no, it's just someone not wearing a helmet. It's that thing again.
Yeah, is that Callum by any chance?
That is Callum.
Yeah, that balaclava was going to be soaking by the end of this race.
And I would not want to do that because I'm pretty sure it's made out of some type of wool.
I think they made out of nylon, because surely they have to be fire resistant.
Good point. Cameron, what do you expect?
I think we're like, what, 4 or 5 laps in? Not really a lot to broadcast on, unless you want to have a look at biggest winners and losers on lap 5. Oh
Actually,
dear,
mate.
yeah.
Oh dear, here
Just
we go.
as I say, here we go.
It.
VSC, that may turn into a full safety car. Third, we can get that removed. I think third has collected Collins as they've come across the line. It's quite an impressive wreck there by Collins. Oh, it's a full safety car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was struggling to see where it was, but it's merged with the McLaren. I should really remember what kind of safety car it was after last night. I believe it's the Aston Martin for Canada.
I think it's an Aston.
Who else is near it? Is that an Aston? Yeah, that's an Aston safety car.
Wait, to be fair, it looks like a nice Aston.
Yeah, the thing is, the guys don't have to pit. Maybe the guys would want to, but 5 laps on the Inters, they're basically still fresh from a tyres point of view. Biggest winners and losers, Carp's third, all up 4 places. Featherhead down 5. Callum's had a pretty good start, up 3. Feared not the best, down 3. Collins overall the worst loser, now down 5, but he's now out of the race.
Yes, biggest loser.
Oh, who's that without a wing? I think I've just seen one of the McLarens that missing a whole front wing. That would explain why third was going so slowly.
Well, to be fair, do you know when you said third we can get that removed because you think he collected through that debris?
Yeah, I know he's going to get it removed
car.
in the pit lane, but he can still have that reinstated as long as he finishes the race.
I'm not going to lie to you, when you said that, he was missing the wing, even though the game is still giving him the shadow of that wing. What was that laugh?
Cody is mastering the code since 2009 for F1. Gotta love it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I still can't believe already there's still some talk of what we want from F1 2022. To be fair, I think I'm more looking forward to the new tracks more than anything.
To be fair, we are around the point where we could start expecting things for the game, because the games do normally come out in the summer.
Yeah, I know, like just the little bits of teasers or like what Cody's have been up to, what to expect. It is about this time of year. Bear in mind, I think this time last year they were like, oh, F1 2021 is going to be released like halfway through June or something. They were like, no. And then it was a load of talk of I think Breaking Point. That was quite a big talking point. I'd be happy if they can add more of that because Breaking Point was okay. I didn't absolutely love it, unlike some other people, but
Yeah,
it's a little nice thing to have.
yeah, it's a nice little thing having like a story, not like a story mode like FIFA tries. But
Well,
ultimately,
the thing is, it worked. All I'll say is I just want it to be a bit more. Like I don't really know how much more dramatic they can get. Hopefully they've got some good script writers somewhere.
one thing that I would love from the official F1 game, which we're probably not going to get because there's now a separate game of F1 that's mentioned about to come out, is a full-fledged manager mode only.
That's something that will not take my liking. I'm not really a fan of these, like, let's say, motorsport manager games. I prefer to either drive it. I get enough managing of a team when the esports guys head into the Saturday leagues, so.
But like I said, we're probably going to get it because we are getting an official F1 manager game at some point this year.
Yeah, but is it only a mobile game? I highly doubt it'll be a console game.
Okay, if it's a manager game, it's clearly going to have a PC version.
Yeah, it'll be on like Steam or something, but I'm not expecting something like that to break into the console market.
I wouldn't expect a game like that to be on a console, no.
I'll just say, like, since the start of the race, Dan has actually done a fantastic job managing to keep himself up into P2.
True, but can he keep it though?
At the moment, I'd say yes. I don't know if you want to have a look at the race director, see if there's any warnings going on.
Let me have a look-see.
Because, oh god, who's that?
Oh my god.
Third, he's managed to bin it on the straight.
Well, if you want other things, Cox has a penalty.
I know who's got penalties. Just give me maybe the top three, so you may be at risk of warnings and that.
So the top three, which are Cameron, yeah, things like that. Okay, so after looking, they're not in any risk to get. They're not in any risk to get a penalty, but all three of them do have one warning.
Quite interesting to see. Although if Cameron gets like a 3-second penalty, it'll be the most pointless penalty you could give a driver. Unless, like we said, let's say he does get a penalty, and it's going to be maybe 5 laps toward the end after a safety car. That's when I'd be a little bit worried if I was Cam, because you're going to have to outrun that penalty.
Which could lead to a little bit of a stick, literally.
Yeah, maybe. And now we have Verstappen rules going on. They're all trying to go parallel to each other.
I love how F1 cracked down on that.
Yeah, I thought. I don't really mind the drivers
It wasn't illegal. It wasn't illegal, but it was very cheeky.
Yeah, it's what's the word? It's a bit patronising. It's not really what you want to see. Cause
we're going to call that the Verstappen rule, as the commentator said.
I mean, they've had many Verstappen rules. I think the first one they said was when he was moving under braking and Max were trying to justify it.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a penalty for that throughout the last race, wasn't there?
Cam can go whenever he wants. Should be able to go now. They're all raring to go, and he has gone. He's left them in the dust. Bless him.
And it's
like
green flag.
I thought Chris was gonna lunge it down his inside
Guys, Alpha Tauri.
Yeah, both Hasses all over.
Spin it, Renault! Not Renault, there, but Alfa Romeo.
You couldn't really get more than... Mate, how?
How did he get through there?
Anyway, they're all going to cluster together. Callum getting a little bit out of shape going into turn 6.
And it's more of a drive for the Alpine and the Red Bull!
Yellow sector 2. Someone else has lost it. I think that's Ellie. Oh my god.
Oh, why are you?
Not ideal.
No idea, but I'm pretty sure I saw him at that Red Bull. Take
Oh, they're 3 wide at the bloody hairpin.
No, it's a lot of contact there. I'm pretty sure I saw a Haas get damaged somewhere.
Yeah, that was Resify. Unfortunately, just got collected after. I think it was one of the Red Bulls that had lost it after going wheel to wheel with Bomber. Yeah.
So now Bomber is
Resify straight in the pits. All I'd say to Resify, don't be too heartbroken about that, man. Like, honestly, the safety car's maybe more of a factor later in the race. Fred really trying to push his luck. Got plenty of experience racing against each other, both Division 2 drivers.
Come on!
They're still pushing.
They're still side by side! Oh, Fred nearly lost in the background. And you're going to be bossy now.
Oh,
they're still side by side, Connor.
Oh, so I thought that was Fred he was fighting with. It's actually Chris.
No,
and...
that's Fred though.
Yeah, Fred losing it. Bits of wing over the track. Honestly, the saying safety cars breed safety cars never been more appropriate for a race like this.
Man, well, that was some brilliant racing though.
Yeah, some good racing, but also nice to try and see the guys actually hang on to the cars. Fortunately, Fred did not hang on to the car, and the guys are now starting to pull away from him.
John Thornton, how do you expect when you have damage?
Like Dan P2 though, still Bomber up into P3. I think the fight for P3 is still very much on. Don't get me wrong. That's how the rest of the race is going to plan out for these guys.
Well, looks like our fight is between first.
Callum, that was silly.
Did he do something stupid?
Yeah. There's cutting corners, then they were kind of taking the mick. Should have known a bit better than to take that much curb.
Meanwhile, if you look at it, Boss is just there, just in the background waiting.
Yeah, honestly, I know Rossi is probably the newest of Nhrl's full-time drivers, but he's not a bad driver, and he's definitely not slow. Just because he's in the second tier, don't think he's going to be down at the back. The guy can race.
Yeah, like you said, you can do from your on points of her mistakes in this and that wherever. I mean, just look at the example for me when I won Singapore. That was just complete out of nowhere because anything could happen.
Yeah, I completely agree on that one, but still not really much going on. It's like as soon as it all calms down, they're all a bit too far spread out, and it's just a game of ERS management, although I doubt it'll be that difficult. But you don't want to see overtakes being made by people clipping the wall and going into the pit lane. We'll go up to Bomber because he's slowly catching Dan, but Dan then ends up pulling away somehow, so
it might be just that people are just better than others in certain sectors.
Yeah, I think let's say Dan's car might be better suited for the corners, and then Bomber's on the straights.
Even though that time advantage gain was mainly from sector 1, which is where most of the corners are in the track, so maybe it's the other way around?
Or maybe he's still carrying the speed in from the straights. Oh, third's gone round.
He's crashed. Oh!
Safety car again.
Cops was also round.
Yeah, but they're at different points of the track, but with the safety car, Resify can't actually overtake him.
Watch out for that Williams.
Oh god. Oh, Brad, what's happened? Oh, he's gone off at turn 3.
That's a weird one.
Probably not as far-fetched as you think. Let's say going downhill, you lose on traction. Easy to find the barrier. Probably a new set of inters. I guess maybe why not. We'll spice up the race a little bit. We've got Bomber and Dan who choose not to pit, so Dan will now lead the race.
And Cameron will have to make it to through the two of them because doubt they're going to pit until we have to pit to them at below wets, as apparently you're predicting.
Expecting the wet weather definitely to come in within the final 10 laps, so I think Cameron may have just cost himself a little bit of time. There's not that much time to be gained from fresh inters to, let's say, 10 lap old inters. It's a very niche tyre to be on, as like it just doesn't have that much amount of pace compared to what other compounds might have to offer in the race.
Unless just did that so he can like have a little bit of fun at actually fighting someone today.
Yeah, I think he knows he can do it, and this is why I've told the guys to underfuel the cars as well. Trying to work out what 90% is, round it up to 4. They need to complete lap 31, start lap 32. This is the sad story from Baku last week with Dan, crashing out on lap 23. Before lap 23 was completed, he was about 200 metres away from the lead cars actually doing that lap, so
no,
he did miss out on points, but would have been about 8 points or so, 6. Yeah, there definitely weren't that many finishers at Baku.
So what you would normally expect from our street set races.
Yeah, but like I said, it wasn't down to any bad driving, just some people were losing it whenever it happened.
True, which is quite important. I'm not saying that's bad driving, but that's a different type of bad driving.
Trying to look at these guys at the back. They should have pitted by now if they haven't already. I think they're just catching up.
There are easily, because I gotta remember kind of that there are like 2 different types of bad driver. What that means.
Well, to me, it's an amateur driver who doesn't have a lot of experience. Then there's drivers who do have experience that still drive like they were born on another planet.
True, which is what I mean. That's what I mean. For
but
example,
yeah, this is
you're good at driving. You just make very stupid decisions when you're doing real field racing.
To me,
you make rookie mistakes.
Yeah, but to me, amateur drivers, they're not bad. They're still trying to find the feet, and it's not really fair when they get given flack from more experienced drivers, thinking, "What are you doing? Like, how can you make such a mistake?" But you've got to remember, when we all started, we were making mistakes left, right, and centre. We were never perfect when we started.
To be fair though, even when you're experienced and like we are, we still make stupid mistakes like that. I mean, just to give you an example, when last week or the other week, I was in a online race and I missed the braking zone whilst fighting someone and it hit him a bit.
Yeah, and look at me, I'm almost a perfectionist when it comes to, let's say, track limits. So if I even get a warning, I feel like I've let myself down. So for me to bin it in Division 2 last night, I'm still devastated, to be honest. Can we not have a Magello, guys, with very stop-start going on?
I don't think what you're referring to.
It was the major crash at Magello because the drivers kept like accelerating and braking.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
We're gone now.
Yeah, Dan leads the way. Should be a pretty clean getaway for him.
Yeah, well, Bossy and third are fighting each other. There's contact. Whoa, Williams, keep it together, keep it together. There you go.
Desperately trying to keep the car on the track. I don't really blame him for having a bit of wheel spin at the minute. The tyres will be quite cool. It's Cameron going for the move.
Mom's not going to give it up, but he has to there.
Right, one car, one to go, man. You know what you need to do.
Yes, I'm pretty sure Dan was hoping that it would stay behind and the bomber for a bit longer.
I think Cam did use a little bit of battery, but nothing that Bomber couldn't have defended with. Yeah, they're actually all quite close. Like I said, the 5P3 is still on, regardless of penalties, I think.
I honestly think that Callum's sniffing the potential penalty there.
Who, sorry?
And that Callum is in a good position and he's really close to that red ball.
Yeah, as long as he keeps his nose clean, but even at the moment we're going to need Chris and Bomber to get penalties, but if our bets were going to be on anyone...
Whoa! Williams off! Williams crash! Boy!
Oh dear.
Oh, wick off game.
Yeah, anyone who's getting penalties...
Wick off game!
We can remove them.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately I didn't actually catch what happened, I just saw the Williams in the middle of the track.
Okay, do you want me to say I said wick off game for the penalties we got there?
I'm assuming it was because the guys were coming through and lightly tapping the Williams and the game was giving them penalties for it.
No, that's not why the guys got penalties. The guys got penalties because 3 seconds they were involved from the corner cutting. I'm talking about the penalties she got.
Oh, she can have that 10-second removed if she survives the rest of the race.
Number one, she got a 10-second penalty for cutting the entirety of the first and second corner, but that's just because she got hit off and she was going against the wall, grinding all over it, losing her front wing. And the second one, as these two fighting, as you say...
touchy.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh dear!
Oh.
I think
that is due to contact with the back of that McLaren.
Yeah, I think Karps was just pushing his luck a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah, as I was saying, and the other one that she got was because obviously she went to on the side of the road, had a slight little nip as she's now crashed out. No, she's tied in the pit lane actually.
Down to 9. Shamefully, because even if those penalties would have been removed, it's a bit unlikely she would have come back from anything. But
oh well, they would have easily been removed because they were just code masters being code masters.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that any of the other guys, because there was definitely someone who was definitely someone given a 5-second penalty for making contact with her. Even if the guys had to make like avoid an action, there's not really a lot you can do.
No, she got the penalty.
Anyway, if anyone wants penalties removed, give us a shout, as long as they're not actually track limit penalties. Unless you think you have a valid reason why they should be removed.
Okay, Cameron is better on corners than Dan.
It's not really his corners, it's the drive he gets coming out of the corners, and as long as Dan can place that Alpine appropriately, really anywhere Cameron can go. Just trying to see the gap to Chris in P3 if Cam is actually being held up at all. I don't think so.
No, that Mercedes is clearly better set it up for these flat conditions than that Alpine with a drive he gets out of corners, like you say.
Yeah, quite a bit of battery being used by Cam and Dan, to be fair.
I would expect so.
Even though outside, don't go inside, mate. That would have been a hell of a late call.
Even though they're fighting, they're still like massively going ahead and not of that Red Bull.
Yeah, I just fear that Cam may make a move now. Dan, he knows he needs to cover the inside, force Cameron around the outside, then it'll keep the fight going on the main. And then Dan, he just needs to cover the middle of the track, then the inside, force Cameron to go outside. Yeah, he should have moved over a little bit quicker, so now Cameron's just going to come straight through and reclaim his territory back in P1.
Simple. Meanwhile, more of that downwards for third. Looks like more of a four-way situation for first place here.
Yeah, they're still quite close though. No one's really pulling away down here. There's a train all the way back to Fred in P6.
Your flag, that is Cops.
Yeah, he's lost it coming out of the hairpin.
Meanwhile, Callum looks very antsy with the bomber there. That's your closest battle here between that Haas and the Alpha and the Romeo. Not Alpha, Alpha Tauri.
Callum took quite a bit of curb on the hairpin though.
Yeah.
Hasn't really helped his exit, but yeah, Carp's calling it a day in the pit lane. Who was that who's come straight in?
Bomber.
Don't know whether that was a planned one, but all he would have seen was the Alfa Romeo down the straight. I don't think he realised he may have retired in the pit lane, but it is a nose change down at Alpha Tauri.
Yeah.
Sure, Bomber has the pace to catch him back up anyway, but just with the amount of runners we have left in the race, unlikely now I think we would actually have a safety car.
Well, everyone's probably going to have to pit again because obviously that wet weather's coming.
Yeah, that wet rain will definitely come. How soon? Don't know. Maybe, well, what I'm hoping is with the safety cars coming out when they did, is that rain will come sooner.
Yeah, point.
But in the meantime, eyes in the sky, and let's see if the rain will get worse. I'm pretty sure the cars will be chucking up a hell of a lot more spray.
True, we can't really tell if, in terms of how the rain's falling based on the cameras we're seeing. We have to, like, obviously say it through the spray.
For God's sake, Cameron. No, I don't think it's getting worse at the minute. Not with those lap times.
No, it's not getting worse, no. Well, he's in clear air now with those fresher tyres, so he could be that.
Well, Reservoir's caught back up to Fred just about. Hopefully this three-way can be a little bit more interactive. I said that he has used quite a bit of his battery, because these two are plenty to defend with, but Ollie's natural pace, it's a shame because if he'd actually practiced, I think Ollie could have done quite well. Fleshy.
Thank you.
Oh dear, Fred. That was
well, that's lost another position.
That was a tank slapper and a half. The thing is, well, the two Hasses are fighting for position. However, will there really be team orders down there?
No idea. We normally just get team orders, and if it's if they're in like a group chat of it.
I know it's only done one lap there.
Let's let him by. There's team orders.
Definitely looks like it's starting to get a little bit heavier. The rain's falling quite harder.
Sure, it looks like we're getting there.
Nearly over.
Dancing!
Dan's in the box, you can feel it already. It's going to be a hell of a mistake. I wonder if anyone else has been called in. Haas is
no, those are
out.
Inters, those are Inters.
Might brave the conditions out.
Those are new Inters on that Alpine.
No, the
But
rain...
if he has to pit them again due to heavier rain, then that's then he's potentially threw away a podium there, especially P2.
Yeah, potentially. I guess it helps him because the guys ahead of him do have penalties, and they're probably going to have to pit regardless, unless if they're, even if the rain does go to full wets, they're not really obligated to come in. It would be advised to, but the Inters can cope with heavy rain.
Yeah, but to be fair, if it was like proper heavy rain, you do want the bum in that blue tyre.
I want to head up to see what Cam does. No, he's staying out. The car's snapping a hell of a lot coming through the chicane though, so it's definitely getting heavier.
Do you think people even bother with it?
I don't know, but it'll put on a bit more of a show, trying to watch them stay on the track with Inters.
Is
Dan happy with his tyres? Yeah, he's seems to be fully in control. Let's check the tyre life. 13, I said, even with 13 lap old, they're not going to feel awful. But maybe the guys should be aware that if you start feeling a bit more, well, the car's not really turning when I want it to, the tyres are worn, maybe consider the other compound.
Okay, and when I watched Fossey go round the hairpin, there was a lot of spray being chucked up.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look like toward the rear of the car. There's a little bit of spray being kicked up on the wheels, but not a huge amount. I think it's definitely going to be lap 25 if they're going to make a decision. I'll say that gap Cam's caught like 15 seconds. I think if there weren't any safety cars, Cam may have been able to lap the whole field.
As I said.
Oh god!
Oh, for God's sake! We're definitely not getting wetter.
It is though, because like I'm on board with the overhead cam shot, and it's just, oh, it is getting heavier. Right, who's in? Callum's coming. Dan has overtaken Fred. Fred's coming.
Fred's putting on
nose change as well.
Fred's putting on blue. Fred's putting on blue. They're putting on blue tyres.
Yeah. Who else is in? Bomber's going to try and brave the conditions. Oh god, I thought Bomber was about to lose it. I knew it was coming down heavier, but only these guys are going to know when it's the right time to box. I think Dan's going to be kicking himself a bit unless we can make these tyres last about 10 laps.
That's a fight. He's fighting a Red Bull. He's very slow around the corners.
Oh god.
Oh, they're twitchy.
Right, I'm going to head up with Cameron and see what he's doing. Is he going to come in? No, Cameron's staying out.
If he puts in a fastest lap right now, I swear to God.
No.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
I was expecting him to be honest. Right, Chris has come in. Respite up into P2.
Like you said, you don't necessarily have to take them at blue wet tyres, but even though that Red Bull's putting on new Inters.
Interesting, unless if they forgot to change tyre, because you know if they press keep current, maybe the original strategy when they had the start of the race, Jeff may have told them just to stick with the Inters. It is supposed to be heavy rain, but maybe it's rain that the Inters can cope with.
To be fair, you do see that on a couple of tracks.
Yeah, I find it quite impressive. I think this might be Dan's fresher tyres, but he is catching up to Razify. Regardless, I think Dan is definitely secure for a podium today. But
oh, fight! Red Bull Haas again! Oh, they hit each other!
It's a bit deadly, mate.
They're still fighting though!
Oh, that's embarrassing. If he's
Fred,
Fred, what's happened? Turn 4, safety car again. They're definitely going to box now. Cameron's on the main straight. He's missed the chance to box.
Oh my God, this could be crucial.
Yeah, it could be.
Which, it would have been crucial if anyone, I don't think, is quick enough to make any impact.
He has to stay behind the safety car. He didn't catch the safety car in time. Oh my god, we're on for a hell of a finish now. Dan is still staying out. Yeah, but now everyone behind, they can go to the west. It's going to allow the guys to catch up.
Tries to fires!
Any guys with damage, they can get that repaired. But Cam and Dan, they're now beyond the safety car. If they're going to box, they need to come in now. But they're going to be losing a hell of a lot of time. As you're going to watch the gap, let's say with
the is on the grass!
Yeah, I think Bomber will only just get away with that. Yeah, while they're behind, like, they're behind that car, they've got to go slow. These guys can catch up, so I think Dan is going to stay out regardless, but Cam, I think he might be thinking, what has he got to do?
It might not be too bad for him, to be honest. I mean, there's a pretty sizable gap still between them. You're not going to lose a massive amount of time you would under normal racing conditions. I think we all of a sudden got a grandstand finish.
No, he hasn't. But Dan did lead a race for a little while. I swear there is another thing in F1, right? If they
haven't pitted.
Is it the hat trick or something? Pole winning the fastest lap?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's such thing as a grand slam.
No, the Grand Slam's the same thing, it's just when you lead every lap as well.
True, that's hat-trick and those is the Grand Slam.
Hat-trick and Grand Slams are not the same thing.
Really are not. And if you want to talk about a Grand Slam, I'm pretty sure Matt Leclerc got that in Australia, for example.
Oh, definitely. Well, honestly, it looked like one of the easiest races of his life.
That Ferrari is scary.
No, it's good. The thing is, everyone's a bit like, oh, are they really bigging themselves up? But I think they probably should take themselves so seriously. The thing is, it's not like Binotto over the off-season. He wasn't exactly cocky. He was confident at the same time. But no one really knew why, because to be fair, I didn't even know until maybe pre-season that they were going to this new bioethanol fuel. I'm just going to double check pens again. Oh, safety car in. Ah, Brossy. Brossy's going to lose that big time. So that, let's have a look at a tyre. Resify on the wets, Bomber, Dan, Cam, Chris, they're all on inters, so yeah. Might actually
we'll see if that's why they're on the wets the best.
Yeah, like I'm going to ride on board with Cam for his restart. If you want to ride on board with Resify, let me know how he comes out of this chicane.
Here we go. When does he pull in? I think he's pulled it.
Yeah, he's pulled it. Must be quite under control as well. No major problems. It's definitely heavy rain though. Glued.
Resify was glued to the track there.
Well, we'll have to see. Like, look, they're all sliding.
Well, he is twitching, but that is wet weather for you.
Yeah, but Cam's now... He's literally under attack from Dan.
Go on, Dan!
Go on, Dan. Yeah, Cam's tyres are 10 laps older than Dan's. So
we need reminder that Cameron is human. He can be defeated. He's not a god.
He's not a god, but he's close to one.
Okay, demigod then. Because it's very rare we've seen Cameron get beaten.
Like, fair and square as well. It's why I wish Jamie was still available sometimes. He's like the only person registered in Nhrl who can give Cameron a hard time.
And to be fair, I have seen it. For example, last I saw was that terrible in the shambles of the race he had, didn't it? In the Netherlands in the last season. But that's the last time I remember Cameron being beaten.
I don't really think he got beaten because of talent or pace. Quite a few of the guys admitted after that they just saw it as a bit of a joke. Not in a disrespectful way, but it turned into a let's not take it so serious, let's just have a bit of fun sort of thing. Not really seeing Reservoir making too much inroads, but the guys in the Inters aren't exactly pulling away from him.
Yeah, they're kind of easily matched. He's once one who isn't easily matched, and Cameron's streaking away from Dan.
Yeah, they've all got 3 seconds. Also, Dan is secure for at least P2, as long as he can keep it on the road.
Unless Cameron somehow gets penalty right now, I would. That would be a good reaction.
And do you want to double check his warnings? There's been an overtake. I think Callum. Oh, sorry, I think Chris had a bit of a bad exit. I keep looking for Fred, and then I realise Fred's out the race.
So it doesn't look like Cameron has a second warning. However, that moment and it says Dan has a second warning.
Even then, at least Dan can keep it on the track.
That's a five.
I'm on board with Bomber. We're looking at him.
It's wet versus Inters. It doesn't matter what tyre you're on. It's just like they're both as good as each other.
The thing is that with the penalties as well, they can fight for position. Ooh. Bomber's very snaky coming out of 6.
That's a fight. He's all glued and they're now side by side with each other. Oh, I'm getting a great camera angle here.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm driving board with them. Reservoir getting a tank slapper. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Callum.
Callum, no!
He's no safety car. Safety car again.
This early, this late on him.
It might only be out for a lap, to be fair.
I'm surprised we get a safety car in this and that this actual late on in.
I knew that we could get them. There's lap 31 being completed.
It has now.
Yeah, been 4. So now I don't think Callum will actually get points. Because lap 31 needed to be completed and lap 32 started. So he was about half a lap away from scoring points. The good news, top 6 will get points now regardless. It's going to help Rossi out a bit. I bet he's going to be a bit delighted with this late safety car. Chris as well, he's changed tyres. Gone on to another, I think it was another set of wets. He was already on wet tyres, I believe. Yeah, he's on fresh wets.
I'm probably expecting the safety car to come in here.
Probably not this early. I think maybe. I think we're going to get a good 2 laps worth of racing from this. God, don't know why I'm so tired. I slept like a baby last night.
By not worrying how we don't have to go to work for these 2 bank holidays.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know if I like it or not. I like having a day off, but then probably by halfway through tomorrow, mate, I'm going to be bored. I was bored like halfway through the afternoon. I think I think I'd just like a lie-in, to be honest. Like, we go to work, do your bit of a do a bit of graft, and then just being able to sleep. That's my idea of a holiday. I don't need to go anywhere special. I don't need to be on a Spanish beach or something to enjoy myself.
You have a point there.
Yeah, my idea of fun is just pitching a tent in the middle of a field, whacking on some music, and then having a beer, as long as the weather's nice.
true, camping is nice on occasions.
Yeah, download's going to be a bit eventful this year. I have to throw my memories of the layout out the window. Yeah, and that really annoyed me as well. I applied for another job at Donington Park yesterday. I swear someone's got something in for me because they declined my application within half an hour.
Wow.
And it's the third time it's happened. They don't want me back for whatever reason. It's a little bit upsetting.
What did you do at Donington Park?
Oh mate, I've had 2 jobs there before and I've loved it.
I say, it's Donington Park, it's a racetrack.
Yeah, I know. I don't care if I've got to go about scrubbing toilets. You work at a racetrack, you can't complain.
That's where the action is.
Yeah, I know. It's not only that, like, you know, while the races are going on, I'm going through cleaning the paddock and telling the guys they can't, well, having to tell qualified mechanics that smoking cigarettes while you're on top of, like, barrels of oil and high octane petrol is a bad idea. And then I've got to pick them up off the floor and like, oh, what you doing? Get out of the way. It's like, mate, I'm trying to clean your mess up. Clear off.
Yeah, that's probably why they probably
basically, if I tell them to jack up them like 100 grand whatever multi-million maybe supercar so I can clean the rubbish underneath it, they do it. As these guys are green flag once again. 2 laps to go. Can Cameron hold on to it?
I think he will be able to.
Oh, Chris, that's not going to help.
Hey,
Reservoir though.
Hassan nowhere.
Oh, that drive.
That drive? Is it going to be 2? Is it going to be 2?
It's 2! Oh, there's contact made, Bombers!
Oh my god!
Collided with the rear of Dan. I don't think that was any malice, but it's just the conditions. They got the lines wrong.
No, the conditions, that was slippy. It's slippy down the back.
Very, very slippy now. Into guys are going to be struggling. Look at it, Reservoir's all over Cameron. Cameron's trying to cover him off.
Come on!
So move going to be done. He's done it. Now he has to pull 3 seconds.
Okay, pull 3 seconds and don't make a mistake. You've got a time penalty.
Yeah, still not all over for Dan though. He could still get P2, but might be even worse unless if he can hold on to his car. I tell you, this has been a long one, but I knew it was all going to go haywire at the final part of the race.
God, that wet tyre Reservoir is so much better around the corner than Cameron.
Yeah. Dan's dropping down the order, but he shouldn't be having any hard feelings about this. Like I said, just keep it on the road. Penalties can come into play. He can still get a podium. Gap between Reservoir though, it's 2.1.
2 seconds. How much penalties does he have? Only 3?
Let me double check. Yeah, 3 seconds. So he needs to hold on for another 10th. And there we go. That's it. Check where Reservoir started as well. He's up 5 places. He didn't. Bear in mind like what Reservoir had to deal with in the race as well. Cam might also.
He might overtake Cameron.
Yeah, is he going to get? Oh, yeah, he ain't got a choice. He was coming in hot. I don't think that was an intentional dive bomb, by the way. But Cameron now dropping down into P3.
He is mortal.
You say he's only human, but he definitely should have known better. There were opportunities, but I'm going to head up with Reservoir. He's came, he saw, he's conquered. He's won before, but it's been a while. Reservoir's a winner again in Nhrl. Where do they stack up? Where does Dan finish? Does he get P? He does! Dan gets P3 in the Alpine.
Woo! But guess what? It may have came down to tyre strategy, Connor. But Cameron can be beaten.
Yeah, he got beaten. I think we just got to wait for more wet races then.
Yeah, secret to defeating Cameron, make sure it rains. Driver with 8, yes! Well, there you go. That's if I stopped 3 times.
Well, I'm kind of speechless after that. Oh my god, the race director. Nowhere near as bad as Div 2 last night though. Right, full race rundown then. Resify, a winner again in the Haas, P1. Championship leader coming down to P2 in the Mercedes and Dan Ismola P3 in the Alpine. Brossi P4, amazing job coming back from that in the McLaren. TTV P5 in the Red Bull and Bomber P6 in the AlphaTauri. That concludes the points paying position today. Eugene Sawyer, Callum Davey, Fred the Red, Carps, Ellie, third by Gaming, Bradley Ellis, third by Gaming, and H. Collins. Right.
Wow.
Shall we get them in?
So, we found his weakness.
I wouldn't really say it's a weakness, it's just one race, to be honest, man. Right, added them.
Here's Cam. That's a 5.
Gonna see if Dan joins. I don't actually know if he has a mic. Just waiting on a response from Mr. P3.
How is his internet so good if he's Spanish? If he's Spanish?
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get Dan in, unless if any of you lot are fluent in Spanish.
Bonjour.
That's French. I could redirect. Yeah. No worries. Yeah. Don't know if he's going to be watching the stream, but anyone knows how to say well done in Spanish, please leave some down in the comments for Dan. Very, very good job from him. But I'm gonna carry on with the Perry then. Need to find the right car. Right, Mr. Cameron, another way. Oh wait, no. Yeah, P2. Yeah, that's happened. First of all, like, take us through your race, because I think it was definitely one of two halves. You did have quite a few skirmishes with Dan, but was it good racing from your point of view?
Yeah, it was fun. We had a few battles, which was quite good. I don't know how many safety cars there was. It was like 5? No, 4. 3 or 4. Which was a bit boring, but yeah, it was a fun race. It was fun driving in the wet. Didn't make the right call with the last safety car. I thought if there was two behind me. If they kept it on the track properly, I thought Ollie wouldn't be able to. He wouldn't have enough time to get past and build a gap. But I think Dan made a mistake, which let Ollie into second, and then he was just able to get past and just gun it and win, which was a good job from his side. Bit unlucky with the last safety car, but you can't complain with P2. It was a really good drive from Ollie as well.
Yeah, considering the conditions and the incidents that were happening on track today, what was the most difficult thing you had to contend with?
Driving on the inters for the last 4 laps. If that last safety car didn't come out, then it would have been a lot closer. I reckon Ollie still might have won though, but it would have been a lot closer.
And next race we have coming up, France. Your thoughts on Le Castellet?
Yeah, I like France a lot. Good track.
Yeah, put it this way, I'm glad you've had some wet weather practice.
Yes.
Yeah, weather conditions looking in favour of rain at the moment, but you know they're about a week away from being more accurate, so we'll have to see when we get there. I guess congratulations, Cameron. Better luck next time for next week. Quite unfortunate it went that way, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right, Mr. Durston, are you here?
Yes.
I don't think you're too much of a stranger to an NHRL podium, but I think this has been a pretty lengthy period between them. Amazing to have you back for today. But your thoughts going into the race, I don't think you would have maybe considered a podium or let alone the race wins. Tell us how your thinking was trying to cope with the race today.
I just said to myself, just try and keep out of the walls, don't make any mistakes, and driver's consistency that was good because I had no practice. I joined the lobby, that was the first time I played F1 today. So yeah, just keep it clean and hope for the best. I didn't expect a podium, but he won's 10 times better than I thought.
Coming into the race, what do you think would have been a realistic objective for you? You qualified okay once you'd actually got the lap together. You think maybe P3 would have been nice, or...?
What, in qualifying?
Yeah, I'm trying to say, like, from where you qualified, were you expecting to stay where you were, or did you expect that you could get a podium?
I was expecting to go maybe 1 or 2 places higher. I was not expecting to get a podium because people at the front were quicker, but I just held it together and managed to get it sorted.
Just some post-race reaction when you saw maybe lap 34, Mercedes getting bigger and bigger and being very slow. Was that a bit of a heartwarming feeling?
Yes, it was definitely. Me and Cameron and Dylan were all in the party, and I didn't think I was going to win against Cameron, but when I got past him on the straight after safety car and then gained like 1.5 seconds the rest of that lap, I thought I was in it, and I had one warning to get 6 seconds, so I was just trying to keep it clean and also just keep the gap. So definitely made me, my heart, not race as much, knowing that I was that much faster than Cameron on the race.
Yeah, it was a good job there, and definitely the right strategy call. I'm going to come back to you, Cam, with this one. Why didn't you pit for wets?
I just thought with the 2 behind that I'd still be able to have enough of a gap, because if I pitted under that, what are you talking about, the last safety car or before that?
Well, both of them. There was amicable time to pit for wets.
The safety car before the last one, it only became, in my opinion, proper wet conditions when the safety car was coming in. Every time Jeff says that it's going to be like 10 minutes until wet weather, which he was saying at the time, I just thought, no, it was like 5 minutes or something. I just thought it was going to be a lot longer, and then it was the lap the safety car was coming in that it started raining, so I couldn't really pit because I'd lose that much time. And then the last one, if I'd pitted, I'd have been a lot, like, very far behind. I didn't know who had pens behind Ollie, but I knew there was people on wets behind him. And with the 2 behind me, I thought they'd just, like, hold Ollie up a lot more, but both of them made mistakes on the restarts that just left left me vulnerable. And then, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing how much goes through your head at the time when you have to make a decision on the spot, but I said unlucky. Ollie, I'm hoping you're available for next week, but in case you're not, your thoughts on France as a track?
I do love France, but when you said to Cameron that could be wet, I wanted to cry again because wet is not my type of fun. But as a track, I like it. I do enjoy it.
Fingers crossed it's going to be dry then. I don't want to see anyone backing out either, even if they see it's going to be a wet race. That's everything I've got to say. Gamey, have you got any other words?
Just saying, well done, to our fellow drivers, like I always say, and as we can see, every time it rains, we seem to have an unexpected result, and from the sounds of your weather, looks like it's going to be that again in France, which, let's be honest, in my opinion, they ain't a brilliant track, but we will see, and we always go against the run the mill here in this league, so it should be fun.
Yeah, it's definitely one I'm looking forward to now. France is one we can all be looking forward to. Nhrl activity for next week, the Rally Championship is coming back this coming Tuesday, so anyone available for barely even half an hour on a Tuesday evening, or even then, we can help you find the time to get your times in. Different class of cars this season for the Rally Championship. We're heading into the more R5 modern class. Division 2, you'll be heading to France before Division 1 next week. Like we said, we'll see you next week for the French Grand Prix. So have a great bank holiday week, and everyone will see you next week in France.